we need to subtract these two 4-digit numbers. 2000 minus 1537. Now we have already learned how to subtract two 3-digit numbers. For subtracting two numbers, I need to write the numbers one below the other like this. So 2000 minus 1537. Now I need to subtract the digits in the respective places. But there is another way in which I can write this. So let us see how. This is the thousands place, this is the hundreds place, tens place, ones place. Now if you look at this number 2000, this is the bigger number. So we write 2000, that is the bigger number on top and the smaller number at the bottom. Now in 2000 there are two thousands. We have 2 in the thousands place. So there are 2 thousands. So we have 2 thousands. Then 0 hundreds. So no hundreds. 0 tens. So no tens. And 0 ones. So no ones. So we just have 2 in the thousands place, whereas all the other places are blank. That is, they have zeros. What about this number? 1537. So we have 1 in the thousands place. So just 1 in the thousands place. There is 5 in the hundreds place. So hundreds place has 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 in the tens place. So tens place has 3. 1, 2, 3. And 7 in the ones place. So ones place has 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are to be subtracted. Now these two are actually two different ways of writing the same problem. I can write it either like this using the digits, or I can write it like this. Now I need to subtract these two. Now for subtracting, I need to start from the ones place, that is from the rightmost place, and I need to subtract the digits. But now if we look at the ones place, I have 0 minus 7. Now can I subtract or take away 7 from 0? No, I cannot, because 7 is greater than 0. So I cannot subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. So what will I do? Well, if you see, there is nothing in the ones place, there is nothing in the tens place, and there is nothing in the hundreds place as well. So how do I subtract these numbers from ones, tens or hundreds place? We need to borrow, and we need to borrow from the thousands place, because thousands place is the only place to the left of ones place which has a digit other than 0. So I need to borrow from thousands place. So what do? We take away 1 from the thousands place, and this 0 of the hundreds place, it becomes 10. So now in the thousands place I have 1 and hundreds place has 10. If I look here, what do I have? I have 2 in the thousands place. Now this 1 of thousands place actually represents 10 hundreds, because I know that when I have 10 of something, it becomes a group. They come together as a group and they shift to the left and become 1. But now if I have to bring this 1 back here, I have to break it down into 10. So 1 thousands is equal to 10 hundreds. Now when I bring this 1000 to the hundreds place, this 1000 will break down into 10 hundreds. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hundreds. So 1000 will break down into 10 hundreds. So we are just left with 1000 here, and we have 10 hundreds here, which is similar to what we have here. 1 in the thousands place and 10 in the hundreds place. Now what do? Again, I see that the tens place is 0. So this 10 will give 1 to this 0. So the tens place will have 10 and the hundreds place will decrease by 1 and become 9. So the hundreds place has 9 and the tens place has 10 now. Similarly over here, I see that there is nothing in the tens place and I need something in the tens place because I need to subtract these. So 1 from the hundreds place will shift to the right to the tens place and it will break down into 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tens. 1 hundreds is the same as 10 tens because we know that when we have 10 here, they come together as a group and go to the hundreds place as 1. Now when I have to bring this 1 here, it will again break down into 10 parts. So we have 10 tens and 9 hundreds now because this 1 has gone to the tens place. So this is what we have. 9 in the hundreds place, 10 in the tens place. This is what we have here. 9 in the hundreds place, 10 in the tens place. Now I need to do a similar thing for the ones place because ones place has nothing and I need to subtract. So this 10 will give 1 to the ones place. The ones place becomes 10 and the tens place will become 9. Similarly, over here, this 1 will go to the ones place and 1 tens means 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones. So we are left with 9 tens and 10 ones. So this is what we have. And now I have sufficient number of hundreds, tens and ones to subtract these. So now I'll subtract. So now 10 minus 7 is 3. So I subtract the digits in the ones place. In the ones place I have 10 minus 7. In the tens place I have 9 minus 3, that is 6. In the hundreds place I have 9 minus 5, that is 4. And in the thousands place I have 1 minus 1, that is 0 or nothing. So I can skip writing the 0 as well. Now what about this? So in the ones place I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to take away 7 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I take away 7. So I take away this 7 and I am left with 3. In the tens place, I have to take away 3. So 1, 2, 3 and I am left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the tens place, I have to take away 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and I am left with 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In the thousands place, I have to take away 1. After taking away 1, I am left with nothing. So I don't write anything here. So what do I have here? This is 4. This is 6. And this is 3. 463. It is the same as this. So now do you understand the logic behind subtraction? We have learned these steps earlier, but now we understand why we perform these steps. So we now understand the logic or the reasoning behind borrowing. So when I borrow from a place to the left, what exactly does it mean? And this is why this method works so well. That is why this method is so accurate and always gives the correct result. So what exactly are we doing? The ones place is 0. So it will try to borrow from the tens place. Tens place is also 0. So it will try to borrow from the hundreds place. Now hundreds place is also 0. So it will try to borrow from the thousands place. Thousands place will give 1 to the hundreds place and it will decrease by 1. Now the hundreds place becomes 10. Now hundreds place will give 1 to the tens place. So the hundreds place will become 9 and tens place becomes 10. And then the tens place again gives 1 to the ones place. Tens place becomes 9 and ones place becomes 10. This is how borrowing takes place. So each digit in subtraction borrows only from the digit to its left and each digit lends only to the digit to its right. So this 0 in the ones place cannot borrow from 2. It cannot do that. So it will have to ask the 0 in the tens place. Then this will ask the 0 in the hundreds place. So each digit will borrow from a digit to the left and each digit can only lend to the digit to its right. This is the basic rule of subtraction when you borrow or lend. So this is how we can subtract two 4-digit numbers. Now, can you subtract these two numbers on your own? So I have 7905 minus 4799. So first I need to write the numbers one below the other. So I have 7905, 7 in the thousands place. For this number I have 4 in the thousands place. Then I have 7 in the hundreds place, 9 in the tens place and 9 in the ones place. And I need to subtract these two. Now remember, for subtraction we always write the bigger number on top and the smaller number at the bottom. So 7905 is bigger than 4799 because I am subtracting 4799. So it has to be written at the bottom. Now let us subtract these two. So I start with the ones place. I have 5 minus 9. Now 5 cannot subtract 9 because 5 is smaller than 9. So 5 will try to borrow 1 from 0. But 0 cannot give 1 to 5. So 0 will try to borrow from 9. 9 gives 1 to 0 to make it 10. And 9 itself becomes 8 because it decreases by 1 and 0 becomes 10. Now this 10 will lend to 5. So 10 will give 1 to 5 and make it 15. And 10 will become 9. Now 15 minus 9, I can subtract 9 from 15. So 15 minus 9 is 6. I can also subtract 9 from 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. I can subtract 7 from 8. So 8 minus 7 is 1. And 7 minus 4 is 3. So this is the difference or the answer. So when I subtract these two numbers, I get this as the answer. And this is how I can subtract by borrowing. And not just two 4-digit numbers, but we can subtract numbers with any number of digits following the same method. We just need to keep on moving to the left, starting from the rightmost digit. So we have two numbers here. Let us see how we can subtract them. This is a 6-digit number. This is a 5-digit number. So first I write this number 5, 6, 4, 8, 2, 1. Now when I write the numbers one below the other, I need to write the respective places one below the other. 9 is in the 10,000s place. So I need to write 9 below 6. Because in this number, this 6 is in the 10,000s place. I cannot write 9 over here. I need to write it below 6. 6 is in the thousands place. 3 is in the hundreds place. 7 is in the tens place, and 6 is in the ones place. So another way of checking whether we have written it correctly or not is, you should have the numbers, the last digits of the two numbers, one below the other in the ones place. And now I need to subtract these. So how do I subtract these? 1 minus 6. Now again, I cannot subtract 6 from 1 because 6 is bigger than 1. So 1 will borrow 1 from 2. Now 2 will give 1 to 1 to make it 11, and 2 will become 1. 2 will also decrease by 1. Now I can subtract 6 from 11. So 11 minus 6 is 5. Now 1 minus 7. Once again, I cannot subtract 7 from 1. So this one will borrow 1 from 8 and become 11, and this 8 will become 7. Now 11 minus 7 is 4. 7 minus 3 is 4. Now 4 minus 6. Again 4 cannot subtract 6. So 4 will borrow 1 from this 6 and become 14. And this 6 becomes 5. So never forget to decrease this number. The number which is lending will also decrease by 1. And now I have 14 minus 6. 14 minus 6 is 8. I have 5 minus 9. Now once again 5 cannot subtract 9. So 5 will borrow 1 from this 5 to become 15, and this 5 becomes 4. 15 minus 9 is 6, and I have 4 here. There is nothing over here. So I write this 4. So this is the answer of this subtraction. So I have subtracted a 5-digit number from a 6-digit number, and this is the answer. Now, when you are doing a subtraction, you can very easily check your answer. How? Add these two numbers. So add these two. If you get this as your answer, that means you have performed the subtraction correctly. That is, your answer is correct. So take it as an exercise. Add this number to this number and see whether you are actually getting this number. And this is how you can subtract any two numbers containing any number of digits. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all the learning resources as per CBSE, ICSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures on maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve the slightest of your doubts. And that's not all. You can also win exciting prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.